We were using dogs in the Mosul detention facility, which was at the Mosul airport. We would put the prisoner in a shipping container. We would keep him up all night with music and strobe lights, stress positions, and then we would bring in dogs.
Did the prisoner know that there was a muzzle on the dog?
No, because he was blindfolded. So the dog would be, barking and jumping on the prisoner, and the prisoner wouldn't really understand what was going on.
What did you think of this practice that you were engaging in?
According to this interrogation rules of engagement, that was legal. So when they ordered me to do it, I had to do it. And, as far as whether, I thought it was a good interrogation practice, I didn't think so at all, actually. We never produced any intelligence. We would get prisoners from other units that were arresting people up there, for instance, the Navy SEALs. And when the Navy SEALs would interrogate people, they were using ice water to lower the body temperature of the prisoner, and they would take his rectal temperature in order to make sure that he didn't die.
Did you use hypothermia as a means of interrogating?
We did, yeah. We used hypothermia a lot. I mean, it was very cold up in Mosul at that time, and it was also raining a lot. So we would keep the prisoner outside, and they would have like a polyester jumpsuit on, and they would be wet and cold and freezing. But we weren't inducing hypothermia with ice water like the SEALs were. But, maybe the SEALs were doing it better than we were because they were actually even controlling it with the thermometer, but we weren't even doing that. North Babel was probably the place where I saw the worst evidence of abuse. I was working with a Marine unit, and they would go out and do a raid and stay in the detainees' homes and torture them there. And they were far worse than anything I ever saw in a prison. They were breaking bones. They were smashing people's feet with the back of an axe head. They burned people. Yeah, they were doing some pretty harsh stuff.
Who is they?
This particularly was Force Recon, and I would ask the prisoners what happened, how they received these wounds, and they would tell me that it was after their capture, while they were subdued, while they were handcuffed, and they were being questioned by the Force Recon Marines. As I said, in Mosul, I was using, dogs. I was using hypothermia. I was using sleep deprivation, isolation, dietary manipulation. That's all abuse according to the Army Field Manual, the Army Doctrine, and certainly according to the Geneva Conventions. I was being told by my leaders that these people were not enemy prisoners of war, and therefore, we could really sort of do whatever we wanted.